Did you know the global sports nutrition market is valued at $49.6 billion in 2024? And it's also expected to increase a compound annual growth rate of 7.4%, reaching $94.3 billion by 2033. That's a crazy amount. Protein powders are actually the leading product, with plant-based options seeing an increased demand. Now, a study also found that nearly 90% of sports supplements are inaccurately labeled, with some products not even containing a detectable amount of the labeled ingredient or containing quantities that vary significantly from what is stated on the label. How many times have you taken a supplement that you saw on the internet that's going to make all your hopes and dreams come true, only to find it's not doing jack for you? If you've experienced this, let's dive into today's session, which is 5 truths about sports nutrition supplements and why the internet is not helping you. Get a pen and paper and let's go. So I see this all the time where I am meeting with a client for the first time. I have them list out what supplements that they're taking, and I'll ask them, why are you taking the supplement? And oftentimes they don't even know why they're taking that supplement, which is really kind of crazy to me. If you're putting something in your body, you should know what the reasoning is behind that. But oftentimes people don't know. They just say, oh, well, my friends told me I should be taking this, or I saw it on the internet and I thought it should be good for whatever, or they just flat out don't even know, don't even have a reason for it. And I don't want that to be you. Supplements are not something to just mess around with willy-nilly, and especially not from a company that's not even a reputable company. I want you to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing when it comes to supplements, especially sports supplements. Let's dive into the 5 truths about sports nutrition supplements and why the internet isn't helping. Truth number 1 is not all supplements are created equal. So first of all, they are actually not regulated by the FDA. A lot of people think that supplements are regulated by the FDA, but they are not. It's not until enough people have a bunch of adverse reactions and actually report it that the FDA actually does an investigation, and then they have to find that that supplement truly did cause these reactions in people, and then they start to pull it from the shelves. But that can really take years, and many people can have a whole bunch of reactions to this. So I have a good example on this, and this was something that I experienced when I was in college. I wanted to lose weight. I didn't know how to do it, and so I started taking diet pills. I started taking Xenadrin, and Xenadrin at that time contained ephedra. Now, if you remember anything about ephedra is a stimulant that it essentially made me go crazy. It made me feel like I had drank like 20 cups of coffee, and I was just shaky all the time, and I was like going out of my mind. And I hadn't even taken the full dose. I actually was only taking half of a dose. So I was taking that, and I felt like I hate the way that I feel on this, and I really didn't like it, but I was losing weight, so I liked that part of it. But I started reading that people were actually having heart attacks and dying from taking Xenadrin with ephedra in it. So you know what I did with that Xenadrin after that is I threw it in the trash and I got rid of it. Enough people did actually report adverse effects with ephedrine. Enough people did report adverse effects with ephedrine, and so the FDA did wind up investigating it, and they did actually pull it from the market. Truth number 2 is supplements are not substitutes for real food. So I used to have an intern that worked for me, and he told me this analogy, which I thought was genius. Basically, if you have a really dirty car, but with really clean rims on it, it really doesn't matter. Your car is still a filthy mess. And it's the same thing with supplements. If your diet is garbage, but you're taking all these supplements, so what? Your diet is still garbage, and it's really not going to help you. Supplements are literally just meant to supplement what you're already doing in your diet. So if you are doing all that you can with your diet with real food, and you can't get it all in, that's when a supplement is a good idea to incorporate into your diet to help you get in the nutrients that you can't get in from real food. You are actually going to absorb real food, the nutrients from real food, over supplements. And so it is always a better idea to take real food in versus supplements because it's more bioavailable to your body. But then 2, you're not going to have those adverse effects from supplements. They're not going to contain things that aren't supposed to be in there, such as like prescription medications and steroids and things like that that are really unhealthy for your body, and you don't want them in your supplements. And also then you know exactly what you're getting and what you're not getting. Truth number 3 is individual needs vary. I hate when I see on the internet companies or influencers saying, you should take this supplement, it's going to do blah, 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 blah. But they're not explaining who that is exactly for. So a good case in point is creatine. Creatine is great for people once they are in their 30s, really their 40s and above, people that are bodybuilders that are really trying to put on a large amount of mass of muscle. But take a 15-year-old athlete whose body already creates enough creatine, and you don't need to take in creatine because your body's already producing enough of it. There's absolutely no need. So when you have somebody like a teenager looking at these ads on Instagram or TikTok or wherever, and they see, oh, well, I should be taking this sports supplement because everybody's talking about it and they say that it's good for X, Y, and Z, it helps me to build muscle. You really need to know, who are they speaking to specifically, and who is this supplement actually good for and who it's not good for? The other thing is, yes, taking things like vitamin D, that would be great only if you're deficient in vitamin D. If you are not deficient in vitamin D, more vitamin D is not going to help you. Same thing with iron. It's not a good idea for you to just take an iron supplement when you are not truly deficient in iron, because what can happen is you can actually build up a toxicity of iron in your body. Not a good idea. You don't want to be there. So if you're going to take a vitamin or a mineral, it's actually better to go and get tested with a blood test first to make sure that you are truly deficient in it and you need it. Or another idea would be to meet with a sports dietitian like myself and have them look at your diet and figure out, okay, you're not getting enough of XYZ nutrient. Let's go ahead and add in a supplement, or here's how we can change your diet first before adding in a supplement. Truth number 4 is the internet can spread misinformation. And I know that's nothing new to you. These companies just want you to buy their products. So what they're going to do is they're going to pay an influencer who has lots of followers to tell you all these wonderful things about their product, but they may not actually be true. Not everything is going to apply to everybody, like I said, and they may not have all their facts straight. Have you ever seen a supplement company say, well, we've had several studies done on this supplement to show that it is effective? But the problem is that they're usually not quality studies. They're not going to be peer-reviewed studies. And so they're just their own little studies that they probably did on like 5 people that they hand selected so that they could say, oh yeah, this supplement works. And that's not what you want. Truth number 5 is timing and dosage matters. So people sometimes just take supplements whenever they want, especially if they don't even know why they're taking them. And that does not always bode well with supplements. You need to make sure that you are combining the right nutrients together and avoiding some other nutrients. And you're also taking the correct dosage, and you're really paying attention to these things. So some examples that I have for you are, it's best to take a protein powder after a weight training session for optimal muscle protein synthesis rather than before. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people taking whey protein before they do their workout. That doesn't even make any sense. Doing a little bit of protein before your workout is totally fine. But having like 30 grams of protein before your workout is not good, because now a lot of the blood that's in your body is going to go to your stomach to digest that protein rather than delivering oxygen to your working muscles. Another example is, you should not take calcium with iron at the same time, because iron and calcium are going to compete for absorption. But it's better to take iron with vitamin C because that's going to increase absorption. Another example is collagen taken with vitamin C is going to help to increase efficacy and absorption of that collagen. So let's recap here on the 5 truths. Truth number 1 is not all supplements are created equal. Number 2 is supplements are not substitutes for real food. 3 is individual needs are going to vary. 4 is the internet can spread misinformation, so don't believe everything that you read on the internet. And number 5 is timing and dosage matter. So what's a girl to do when you don't know what to do about all these sports supplements that are on the market and if you should take them or not? First thing that I can tell you as far as safety and efficacy is use some trusted resources like consumerlab.org. I will drop that link below for you. You can get a membership and you can search just about any supplement and it will tell you if they are third-party tested and if they contain what they're supposed to contain, nothing more, nothing less, see the reports on them, that type of thing. Next up is to go to NSF Certified or NSF Certified for Sport, their website, and I will drop the links below for you as well. Those are two websites that you can visit where they will tell you which companies are actually following good manufacturing practices, which have actually passed NSF certification or NSF Certified for Sport certification, so that you know that you are getting a quality supplement. And there's really only a handful of brands that are on there. It is really eye-opening once you see it. So I always recommend Thorne products. I really like Thorne products. That's what I take personally myself. And they are NSF certified, and some of their products are NSF certified for sport. And so basically what that means is NSF certified for sport. It means that you should not get flagged if you have to get drug tested for your sport. It is still possible that you could, but you shouldn't. So if you need further help on this, I encourage you to sign up for a consultation with me. I will drop the link below for you just so you can find out if you actually need supplements in your diet or not and how to put it all together so you have one solid sports nutrition plan.